Okay, here we go. Independent Magazine.
He's about to get crazy and wild. Stay for a while. Don't touch your radio dial.
Independent Magazine.
Kicking it back, sports talk. Listen to that and stay tuned for some giggles and laughs. Go.
They think they're better than you. They're exempt. They have no masks at parties, but you wear them. You can't have a gun, but they got private security. They love alternative energy, but that windmill better stay in your state. Everything they pretend to rail against, they embody. Oh, they love migrants with their leaf blowers, mainly because the tools they use are so loud, it gives them a perfect excuse not to talk to them.
Welcome to the Planet Mikey Show.
Greg Gutfeld.
Yes, talking about the libs on Martha's Vineyard.
Yes, he is currently the funniest person doing live television in the entire industry. It used to be me in the 90s, but no one watched. So
That was then, this is now.
Didn't help anything because no one watched. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's start the podcast. Let's get serious about this. Planet Mikey. The most amazing, revealing, pithy, cutting edge, informative, controversial, and must-listen podcast in the history of the art form. Will you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Suckers.
Notice Ben is quiet on that one.
With Bill Smith, whose resume is longer than R. Kelly's rap sheet.
My name is Bill Smith, and
Bill Smith,
here's where I live.
who in his time at Entercom and Odyssey has watched more departures than an air traffic controller at Logan.
That's because I've been there a long time.
Bill Smith, who pushes more buttons every day than an elevator repairman. I think I dug real deep for those.
You got a million of them over there, yeah.
And Ben Kitchen. What can I say about Ben Kitchen that hasn't already been said about any kitchen? He's smelly and greasy and smokes too much. And he likes to work with people who use fake Social Security numbers. I'm Mike Adams, a direct descendant of English ancestors who landed on Plymouth Rock. I'm one who threw a rock at Salvatore Sapala, my neighbor. Hit him right in the head. I was 5, and I threw it over the fence into his yard. Big rock. Hit him right at the top of the head.
So you didn't know he was
I
there.
didn't kill him.
You threw it over the fence, not seeing him.
No, I saw him there, and I was trying to hit him with the rock. So then my dad, his mother called my father. My father brought me up, and I had to apologize not only to Salvatore Sapala, who had this gigantic bump on his head.
Oh, man, yeah.
Sal Sapala. And his mom. I had to apologize to his mom. And she says, well, you really could have hurt him. And I'm like, I'm thinking, duh. But it wasn't really his fault. We had a lot of Italians in my neighborhood, and they were tough. They were tough guys. So I figured, hey, what's the rock going to do to him? He's tough. Anyway, speaking of rocks, I'm also a man who spent a lot of time with illegal rocks in the 1980s.
So you're experienced.
But I no longer sleep with rock stars. I've awakened on a pile of rocks one time. That was pretty good.
And I also you shared that vacation with Rock Hudson.
That's right. We'll just see. Blow my cover. I also hate the song "Love on the Rocks" by Neil Diamond, who's a complete touch hole. Anyway, welcome to the podcast, everybody. We are sponsored by, among others. Oh, I almost dropped him again. I'm going to hold this up for the camera.
Look at that.
Old Pal rolling papers.
What's so good about those, Mike?
Well, are these ones?
Yeah.
I got them for nothing.
Well,
that's the best thing about those papers. No, they're good. There's 40 leaves per thing, and they were 1 1/4 unbleached, slow burning. Just like my ex's house. I'm kidding, because I care. We're going to have the best podcast we've had in like a week. I promise you that. Songs, music, trivial things that are fun, controversial headlines, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And we're going to start off by saying this. I noticed this the other day. Have we watch baseball, right? Have you noticed this?
yes.
There's a lot of Latino guys playing Major League Baseball. Have you noticed that? When I was a kid, you knew all the... Okay, Felix Mantilla was on the Red Sox. Roman Mejias. They had Juan Marichal. They had guys you knew who they were and what country they were from.
Yep.
The dandy Dominican Juan Marichal.
You know,
Sure.
You knew the countries that they came from. You didn't just say, Latino or Hispanic. You said, that guy's from
Honduras.
Cuba
Yep.
or whatever.
I like when they apply that. That's interesting. It makes the identification more in depth, I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a country. It's like saying somebody's from Ohio instead of from, Minnesota.
Yeah.
So
What I did was I was trying to figure out, because it's confusing with the names, because many of the Hispanic names are the same. So I went through every roster to see which name is the most prevalent in baseball. You ready for this?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
There were three Ruizes, three Castros, three Cabreras, three Cruzes, and three Perezes. Okay?
In all of baseball currently.
In baseball. Yeah. Three of each of those names. So already I'm confused because there's three of each. There are four each of Rodriguez, Sanchez, and Martinez. So that's 12 more guys that you can get confused about. There are five each of Lopez, Hernandez, Gonzalez, and Ramirez. Five each in the major leagues. So that's what, 20, 32, 40. That's 47 players right there that all have the names I just mentioned. Diaz, 7 Diazes. Guess how many Garcias there are in Major League Baseball?
That's got to be like the Smith of.
Yeah. 9. Ben, there were 9 Garcias in the major leagues.
I'm surprised there weren't more.
Now, I've been watching baseball my whole life. There was never 9 Smiths, and there were never.
That's right.
Or Johnson. There might have been 4 or 5, but not 9. So there were 9 Garcias. I can't tell you a damn thing about any of them. Can you name a Garcia that? Okay.
Luis Garcia, second baseman, Washington Nationals.
Okay.
There you go.
Don't say it's my turn.
Luis Garcia, starting pitcher, Houston Astros.
Where's he from?
I don't know.
Right? But I mean, this is what they got to do is they have to have a better way to differentiate between the 9 different Garcias.
Yeah.
You know? Like give them funny first names, like Sleepy, Doc, Dopey, Grumpy. Make it a little bit more interesting than just Garcia.
Like give him nicknames.
Yeah. I wanted to say that because I'm so confused. And there was a time I knew every player on every team. Those days are gone. I don't know half the players on every team. I don't know who they used to play for. I used to be able to tell you who every team a guy played for. You name a player. And I say, Dave Winfield, San Diego Padres, Minnesota Twins, New York. But I don't even know who they are anymore, and that's a shame.
Anaheim Angels, come on.
Huh?
Winfield, we were finishing.
Yeah. But that's nobody cares. Nobody gives it.
I care, Mike. I care deeply.
No, you don't.
Dave Winfield, though, probably in the top 5 largest units ever seen in the locker room. Not that I was looking, but someone told me that.
Really?
Oh, you sound like a confessed pecker checker.
I used to take pictures. I was a photographer. I was the whippersnapper.
So that's how you made your money.
The dick picker.
I have a game show for you. But let me first talk about one thing that really offended me on TV.
What is it?
It's a commercial for the farmer's dog, the dog food. Yeah. First of all, they're trying to shame those of us that just use Purina or whatever into feeling like, I'm not treating my dog very well. Mm-hmm. Because you can get this packaged soft meat that comes in from the farmer's dog company, and it's probably $14 a shipment, or who knows how much it is.
It's what your dog would eat if he was living in the wild.
My dogs eat Pringles.
What I hated was the guy that's on the commercial, and he's talking about, the dog really plays more now, and he's got high quality poops. Do I want to hear about your dog's shit? On a commercial, he's got high quality poops.
If you care for your canine, you would care.
What's a high quality poop?
Well, it's brown, it's firm, and it smells like shit.
It's called dog shit.
My point is, why do they put that in the copy?
I don't know, man.
It gives your dog high quality. I know you're going to have high quality poops if I
you want to fertilize your garden.
Think of how good you feel when you're on a regular schedule, when your bowels are working optimum.
Yeah. The way to test is you eat some corn, and then 6 hours later you check for the corn.
Yeah.
Because corn is not food, and the body knows it. It just says, keep going.
You out.
Keep going.
Or you eat some Taco Bell, and if you don't shit about an hour and a half, then something's probably wrong.
So that's my farmer's dog complaint. The ad that complained for the thing.
Okay.
The other one, I'm not even going to mention it. It's another medicine. I get so offended when I see that commercial.
Which one is it?
Biktarvy.
Victarvy?
Biktarvy.
Biktarvy.
Yeah.
What does that do?
It bothers me. The commercial does. Anyway, murder in the news.
Dun, dun, dun,
Did you say news?
And now the news with Dick Long. Dick. Thanks, Peter. Murder. Do you guys have any idea which city leads the country in murder rate?
Baltimore.
Wrong.
Chicago.
Okay, just so you know, this is for 2022.
2022 murder.
Okay, so we've had what? 8 months basically of murder.
So it's not Baltimore. It's not Chicago.
No. Oh wait. It is Chicago. But wait.
Oh,
sorry. Excuse me. Boston's had 25.
So stupid.
Boston's had 25 murders. Sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. Next up the list, I'm just going up the list here. Washington, D.C., 150 murders.
Whoa.
6 times as many as Boston.
In a month?
That's our nation's capital.
No, the 8 months until now.
8 months.
150 murders since Jan 1. Next on the list, New Orleans. They got the biggest idiot mayor ever. 199 murders. That's New Orleans. A city I love, but it's very dangerous. Let me tell you my New Orleans story after this. Baltimore next, 242. Houston, 256. L.A., 281. 281 murders. That's 35 a month.
Jesus.
That's once a day, somebody gets murdered in a... Yeah. Okay.
Now, imagine a defunded police department trying to sort that shit out.
You need Joe Friday. Philadelphia has jumped up in the standings. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. 378 murders this year.
Jesus.
But nothing compared, 100 fewer than Chicago. Wow. Chicago has 479.
That's crazy.
479 murders. And so we should feel good about Boston. Why? 25. That's it.
That's
pretty good.
I think it's a
We
mental
got to get
health
those
problem.
numbers up there if we're going to be competitive. So I want you guys to take your... Here's my gun for you, and here's a gun for you.
Well, you know, a Lyft driver could be a real good serial killer, Mike.
Driving from town to
I
town.
got a Lyft story. There was a
Mike Adams.
guy I felt like killing him. It wasn't even a passenger. I'll tell you about that. But first, my New Orleans story. Ready?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm drunk in New Orleans. It's the Super Bowl night before, a couple nights before the Patriots and the Green Bay Packers.
And you're in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Cocked.
Yep.
Because that's what you do. You get So I just had to get back to the hotel because I was messed up. And I could see it. Holiday Inn was just across Canal Street. I could see it in the distance. I said, I'll just walk. So I walked through the part of town that had been the nation's #1 murder capital. Like 8 blocks or so.
Now, hold on. What time of night was this?
It's like 1, 2 in the morning.
And you're in the
I'm
worst part of town.
And I'm walking by all kinds of real dicey people, and I'm like so cocked. I'm going, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Stumbling, like zigzagging all the way. I get to the hotel, and the guy couldn't find my plastic card key to get into my room, so I went to the desk and said to the guy, I need a card key. I locked down in my room. He goes, where's your car? I said, what car? What car? How'd you get here? I said, I walked. He goes, look at me. Don't do that. And I didn't even think about it. I just went to bed. Next morning, I thought, yeah, he probably had a point. People get murdered everywhere.
Because probably that same night, your former colleague had an incident walking in that same area, finding himself in the middle of a gang fight.
Who?
Mr. Dale Arnold.
Did he?
Walking down the street, probably, I'm assuming not hammered like you, but just all of a sudden, as he's walking down the street, this giant fight breaks out around him.
Yeah.
And it's Dale. If you can imagine Dale in the middle of this giant gang. Excuse me, fellas. Excuse me.
I'm just going to I'm going to go over here and get out of the way here. Dokily, smokily.
What a dink of. I think it's a wuss.
I like that.
I know, but he's a wuss. Come on, he's a wuss.
That was a good guy.
If he was shadow boxing, the shadow would kick his ass.
Dale could kick your ass, I think.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I bet like $50,000 on it. And what were we talking about? There was another thing I was going to say about the New Orleans story first.
Yeah.
What was it?
You had a lift thing and you
Oh,
wanted
the
to kill
lift
somebody.
thing. Yes. Oh my God. This is. I was on the road again.
On the road again.
Ready?
I can't wait to get on the road again.
We're like the Three Stooges. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so
Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard.
So I'm driving in somewhere near Mill Street in Worcester. And I'm picking up a couple of ladies. I pick up these couple of ladies, nice ladies. They get in the back seat. We start to go back toward their destination, and they take a left. And then it said, take a left here. And I'm looking. It's like a dirt road in the middle of Worcester. It's not dirt. It's like broken up, gravelly. It looked like a road in total disrepair. But it told me to go left there. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I don't have an SUV. I have a Grand Marquis. So I go over the thing. It's bumpy, and I'm negotiating this road. And I was going about 10, maybe 15.
No way you could make a fast getaway out of that driveway.
No. And I'm going all of a sudden, pow! I hear a rock on the bottom of my car. It's like I hit this rock, and it just, I felt, okay, my gas tank is going to explode. It's going to drain. The oil pan's going to drain out. I'm screwed. It was such a loud noise. So I stop the car and I get out to look at the rock to see what it was and if there's any drippage coming out of my car. And some fat ass asshole comes out on his front porch and I go, oh my God, what's that? And I point to the rock and the guy goes, it's called a rock.
He probably put it there.
So I said, oh, that's a good answer. What are you, a wise ass? I was pissed. Guy says, I said, why don't you have somebody pave the street? He goes, why don't you go slower? Oh, man. I said, wait a minute, hold on a second. I was going about 15 miles. I saw you. He starts yelling at me. So I said, why don't you go fuck yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Because I got pissed at that point. And he goes, come on. I go, yeah, I'm going to come up to your fat ass stoop, and you probably have a gun inside the door, and that's it. Boom. The guy came on my property, he shoots me, right?
We interrupt this story
So I said,
for an announcement. Ben, remember the thing he said about being angry?
Well, I was the angry one.
Thinking about
Yeah.
that.
I wasn't angry. He was
He
angry.
said he gave up his anger, remember?
Yeah.
Okay, resume.
So after I told him to go fuck himself, I tell him he's a big fat bag of shit or something like that. He was fat.
Oh.
And then I got in the car because I had these people in the car. I had to take them. And then he yelled something to me. I yelled, "Fuck you!" It's like, I mean, it was unbelievable. I was pissed. I got to admit it. But the ladies in the back, they're middle-aged women, nice ladies.
Did they start crying?
At that point, I didn't care. At that point, I think my Grand Marquis is ruined. My mood was ruined. And now I'm late for the next ride. So anyway, so the guy, I know where he lives, though. Now, I'm not going back there or anything. I'm not saying that. I'm not threatening him that I'm going back there.
But you just know where he is.
I'm going to tell some people to go back.
Oh, no. Hey, let me ask you this. Was there any damage to the beautiful Grand Marquis?
Still running. The oil's still in it.
She can take a beating, that car.
Yeah, though,
It's a
yeah.
beautiful
See
quality.
after we leave, check your driveway.
I know.
Yeah, oil. Black gold, Texas tea on your driveway. So, did I tell you my dog has high-quality poops now?
Tell us this story about the high-quality poop.
Well, there's another thing, too, that I saw this guy. Now, I did this because I did cable news for a long time. A guy in New York, at NY1, New York 1, the cable, that's their version of Neckin, basically. This meteorologist got fired. His name is Eric Adame, Adame. I guess what happened was he was on a gay website, and he posed naked for some guys, and it got spread around. The picture got spread around. This guy was a two-time Emmy Award-winning meteorologist.
Oh man!
And they fired him. They fired him. Oh. And what did he get fired for? Well, showing his dick on a website, I guess. I
would do it.
I guess that's, if you're going to be on a cable news channel in New York, you really kind of should watch that. He's all done. And he had a high-pressure system coming from the front office. They said, you know what, you can't do this anymore, Eric. And now he's all upset, and he wrote a thing, quasi-apology, saying, I don't hide my gayness, but they shouldn't have fired me. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what would you do if you were in a television station and you're weatherman? And I don't care if it's a gay website or a straight website. If he pulls out his wee-wee and it gets on the internet, what are you going to do? You got to do something.
You wait about two and a half weeks, see if ratings weirdly go up or go down. And then you make your call. If they go up, you're like, all right, I guess we're keeping them.
Up, down. Hey, you know what? The heat of the meat is inversely proportional to the angle of the dangle.
Oh, correct. That's science, right?
Everybody knows that.
That's what they say in the front office.
But why is it that Kim Kardashian can bang some scumbag on the internet?
Ray J wasn't a scumbag.
Whatever. No, he agreed to have it be taped. So she becomes the most famous person. Oh, she's on Good Morning America this morning. Everybody watch Kim Kardashian. I fucking hate Kim Kardashian. She sucks. She doesn't do anything ever except make money for being Kim Kardashian, and I don't get that.
She's done a fine job.
You think she'd make a sex tape with me? No.
No.
I watched the sex tape. Not impressed.
Ugh.
Hey, did you hear about this thing out in California? Gavin Newsom signed this AB 351.
What's that about?
He signed it into law on the 18th of September. This enables Californians to turn human beings into plant food. What previously would have constituted improper disposal of human remains under the law and qualified as a crime will soon be a permissible practice for approved and regulated reduction chamber manufacturers.
Well, that's kind of gross. It's kind of next century, isn't it?
It costs $7,000.
Well, people do burn themselves now, as opposed to being buried in the ground.
It's my choice.
They want to compost human beings. It's one way to tackle so-called climate change. That's right. That's what it is.
The value of the land that they sell to someone for a grave site is getting out of hand. It's inflation.
The company's called Recompose.
Well, you know what they say. Mr. Ed always said, a corpse is a corpse of corpse of corpse, and no one can talk to a corpse of corpse that is of corpse unless the corpse is the famous Mr. Ed.
Oh, jeez. Now, they even went so far as to figure out the cost of cremation, a regular burial, and the turn yourself into compost. They suggest you get the compost and plant a tree. And there you go. I thought that was an interesting story you might enjoy today.
I forgot to mention at the top of the show that we are sponsored by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, which, of course, is the leading, not just in New England, but the entire Northeast, the leading source for permanent hair restoration. I know from experience, 2003, my own hair replaces my own hair. That's the only way to do it.
You're patient zero.
I'm telling you, I was the first guy to come out, if you will, as a hair replacement guy and say, yeah, I did it, so what? I didn't want to be bald. What do you want from me?
Remember when we first started this podcast, Ben? His hair was like Jesus. He looked long, it was down to his shoulders.
That's right. And my soul was like Jesus as well.
That's right, it was.
And those 12 guys that were following me outside, they were all my apostles.
Dr. Leonard Patience, perhaps.
But back to Dr. Leonard.
Yeah.
It's not just Dr. Leonard, okay? Dr. Matthew Lepresti, who's like the main guy, He's the surgeon extraordinaire. And it's not just always going to be surgery. They have this new thing now where they have hair follicle banking, which is crazy. You go in, they take the hair follicles, and they save them for you so that if you have continuous pattern balding, they have it in a bank of hair follicles that they can clone and make more hair for you. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, they're the only one in New England, the only resource in New England for that. Hair follicle banking is what it's called.
That's a brilliant idea.
It's a tremendous idea.
Imagine some guy had to sit down and think about this for a long time.
It
Figure out how to get it done.
Yeah, it stops the clock on your hair loss because they have more of your hair to give you. If you want to get an appointment, call 1-800-GET-HAIR, and they have a free no-obligation consultation for you. You can get the information at hairdr.com. Dr. Matthew Lepresti, Mary Lepresti, Dr. Robert Leonard, the absolute best ever in the history of permanent hair restoration, with offices in Braintree, Boston, Rhode Island, that's Warwick, Rhode Island, Newton Center, and Salem, New Hampshire. Tell them Mikey sent you. 1-800-GET-HAIR for your free consultation.
Again, let me ask the question, what happens if they say, Mikey sent me?
You get extra follicles. They give you like 10, 12 free follicles, just like that.
Can they plant them anywhere?
You can, but it's optimum is on your head. I mean, I knew a girl who had a mustache, and she, I don't know where she transplanted them from, but they were parted in the middle. So now, I have one more thing I want to tell you about. This is baseball related, because I know Ben likes baseball.
It's baseball. True. Ben's a big baseball fan.
I was reading a story. You know how I'm absolute. My hero is Nolan Ryan. I love Nolan Ryan. He's just to me the manliest man of pitchers of all time. Greatest right-hander. Huge. 7 no-hitters. Okay. Who had the second most no-hitters?
Sandy Koufax.
Yeah. How many?
5.
4.
4?
Ryan had 7. Nolan Ryan had 7. But here's what's weird. 5 no-hitters of his were broken up in the 9th inning with 2 outs. He had that happen 5 times in his career. So he conceivably, with any kind of luck at all, could have had 10 no-hitters at least. The guy that broke up his last no-hitter was a guy named Dave Bergman of the Detroit Tigers, left-handed hitting first baseman. And by the way, Nolan Ryan had 12 one-hitters. So he was just like, he was unbelievable. But Dave Bergman broke up his last no-hitter in the 9th inning with 2 outs. And here's my Dave Bergman story. Okay?
Go ahead.
Batting practice, opening day 1987, Fenway Park. Tigers in town for opening day.
Yep.
Dave Bergman's in the batting cage. I'm at the right field corner where the tarp comes out, doing a live shot on Channel 3 in Hartford, live with my back to home plate. He hits a ball, and it hooks around the cage. It's coming right toward me. I don't know this because my back is to him. The ball is coming right toward my head off the bat of Dave Bergman. Line drive. All of a sudden, in my live shot, I hear Marty Barrett go. Marty Barrett, who's playing out near second base. He goes, heads up. And I turn around, and as I look up, the ball's coming toward me. I put up my hand. Bam! Hits my hand. It stings so bad because I had a bare hand. I'm trying to catch a line drive. Ow! A live shot. Ow! God damn it, that hurts. That ball was headed toward my head. And Marty Barrett said after my live shot, he goes, "That was close, man. You got to keep your eyes open for okay." And Marty's a good guy. Dave Bergman would have been responsible for killing yours truly with a line drive, and that would have been the second worst thing he ever did. He broke up Nolan Ryan's no-hitter.
I hate to be the one that breaks it. Should I break it to him, Bill, or should you? I'll break it to him. You didn't actually put up your hand. You got hit. You've been in a coma since that day.
That's right.
Bill and I don't exist. This podcast isn't real.
And I'm Perry Coma.
You only think you're talking.
And I love her so.
So you know the story of Dave Steeb?
People ask me why. What?
Dave Steeb, back-to-back games, had a no-hitter broken up in the 9th.
Yeah, but he was an asshole.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck him then.
Look it up on the internet. Go like this. Google. Was Dave Steeb an asshole?
Okay, I'll Google it. Hey, let me ask you a question. How was your betting weekend? Did you take my advice and hit the under?
That was really good advice. And I was thinking about it as I'm watching the scores, during the weekend. Ben was right. Early in the season, go for the unders because the plays get busted up. The offenses aren't on a roll. They haven't been playing together that long. They're not going to score. They put the over under 44. No. You got to go tease it down a little bit sometimes. But that was a very good piece of advice, and I made a slight rebound. Although I got screwed. That Vegas game where, did you see the end of the Vegas game?
No, I didn't actually see the end of the Vegas game.
The guy, what's his name? The Arizona Cardinals quarterback.
Kyler Murray.
He throws this little bullet, fourth down, just basically threads the needle. They score a touchdown, which forces it to a situation where it's going to be, 2-point conversion. Yeah.
I saw this part. I didn't see what happened in overtime.
Anyway,
It was unbelievable. Then he ran around forever and finally scored.
That lost me big money there. But anyway, football is huge, and it's fun, it's great to bet, and Bet Online is your number one source for your football betting needs.
Number one.
Number one. Find all the football odds right there on their website. You get all the news, all the game matchups, all the latest developments. BetOnline is your continuing source for all your wagering information. Free betting. In a way, there is. It's called a bonus. It's called CLNS 50.
Yes, sir.
You put CLNS 50 in the code. What's it called? The promo code thing, and you get 50% of your deposit additional. For free. For 200, you put in 200, you get 300. You put in 100, you get 150. It's a really nice deal, and it can cover up a couple of your mistakes along the way on your way to making millions of dollars wagering. Head to betonline.ag, 50% bonus, CLNS 50 to receive your rewards. And remember, BetOnline is where the game starts. Somebody wrote that. I'm going to say it again in my radio voice.
That was good.
BetOnline, where the game starts. And where the game starts, FM. Right, now here's my little quiz for you guys.
Quiz.
Oh, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
What's the topic?
The topic is game shows. Oh. No, even worse. Dead or Alive. Remember we played Dead or Alive?
Yes.
Yeah. Game show hosts. And here's where you get points. Are they dead? Are they alive? And if they're dead, how old were they when they died?
Oh, God, extra points.
If they're alive, how old are they now?
Okay.
And extra point
Pat
for
Sajak, 74.
Stop. He's not on the list because, of course, he's alive. And shut the fuck up.
Man.
Here we go.
I wonder if I was right. Is he 74?
Ready?
Go.
I'll go with Smitty first.
Go.
Gary Moore.
Oh, 75.
Gary Moore is dead.
Correct. That's 1 point. What was his most important show?
The Gary Moore Show.
No.
The Today Show.
No.
The
Game shows.
Game shows. To tell the truth.
Game show. No.
Okay,
So you don't get that point. It's I've Got a Secret.
Oh, shit. Thanks.
He died in 1993, and he was how old? Within 2.
84 years old.
78. Sorry, you get 1 point. You keeping the score, Ben?
Okay.
Use this.
I use that.
Okay.
So he has 1 point.
He has 1 point. Your turn, Ben.
Got it.
Alan Ludden.
Dead.
Correct. That's 1 point. What was his signature show?
Never heard of him.
Password.
Password. Give him a point.
Right. No, this is my round. He doesn't get a point.
Oh, you didn't get one?
I'll give that one to Ben.
Alan Ludden was married to Betty White.
Oh.
Remember? She was in love with him. Even now she is. He died at 64.
Wasn't I supposed to guess that part?
You wouldn't have got it.
He was only 64 when he
That
died.
was just going to be a blind guess.
What cancer did he die?
I don't know what killed him.
He's a young guy.
Betty White killed him.
White privilege. Betty White privilege. Did I say that? Okay, your turn, Smitty. You get 1 point.
1 to 1.
Yeah. Gene Rayburn.
Gene Rayburn. The match game.
Correct.
Yes, he's alive.
Nope.
Dead.
Oh, son of a bitch, he's dead.
Died in 99.
How
old? 23 freaking years ago.
I met that guy once. He was just as friendly and fun as he is on
Well,
TV.
he's dead now. How old was he?
I think when he died, he was 83.
82.
Very good. 2 to 1, Bill.
Thank you.
Bill Cullen.
Dead.
He likes saying that. Dead. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah. How old was he when he died? In 1990.
71.
Oh, 70. Yeah. You don't get that.
Why not? You said within 2.
And you got yours with it. Give him another point because he got the 82.
I did.
Okay, good. And what was his show? for the extra point.
What was his name again?
Bill Cullen.
Bill Cullen.
He was
So he was 70 or 71?
He actually did 20 game shows. 20 different game shows.
Bill Cullen.
But you got to name one of the big ones because he had 3 big ones.
What was it called? $64,000 Pyramid? Is that the name of the show? What was it?
25,000.
25,000.
Yeah. Okay, that's one of them.
That was actually one of them?
Yeah.
All right, I feel good about
The
it.
Price is Right. To tell the truth. He was the original host of Price is Right.
I've got a secret now.
To tell the truth, and I've got a secret. Yes. See, this is how this is coming together. You guys are you're calling together. Memory banks.
What a great quiz, Mike.
Whose turn is it? Thank you. It took me like 45 minutes to compile it.
I like it.
Whose turn is it?
It's
Ben.
Bill's.
Oh, me.
Right, come on. See,
All right,
argue
okay,
over
it's
this?
me. It's me.
Bob Eubanks.
Bob Eubanks, the guy that was responsible for bringing the Beatles to Candlestick Park. I think that was his claim to fame.
Not going to say.
Before starring on the Newlywed Game. And I think he was, he's dead, and he was 79 when he died.
Is he on the Newlywed Game?
That was him.
The dating game.
The dating game and the Newlywed.
Both?
No. Just the Newlywed Game.
I got him down here for the dating game.
Well, that's crazy.
And he's alive.
Son of a-
We can call him and ask him.
No.
All right, let's call him.
Christ.
He's 84. So you got. You said he was dead. You got no points on that.
Christ.
He's 0 for 3 on that guy.
that prick.
Bob Eubanks is probably upset if he's listening now.
Bob Eubanks.
All right, let's see what Ben does with Hugh Downs. These are all the most famous
I want to
game
say
show
he's
hosts.
still alive, but I'm going to go with dead.
He's dead.
Yeah!
He died in 2020 at 99 years old.
I guess I won't guess that part.
You wouldn't have gotten it.
I would not have gotten that.
What was his game?
Oh, crap. I feel like I should actually know that one.
The Newlywed Game. So really, now concentrate.
Concentration.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
All right, Wink Martindale.
Well, what was concentration? I've heard of it. I don't know what it exactly was.
The pieces of the puzzle, and you have to remember what match. You have to match like this and this, like a strawberry and a strawberry. Where are they?
Okay, yeah.
Wink Martindale.
Wink
Not to
Martindale.
be confused with the coach, Wink Martindale. It was named after Wink Martindale, the game show host.
Years ago, for some kind of promotion, I had to call Wink Martindale, talk to him on the phone. And he was the nicest guy. Hey, how are you out there? You know, he was just great. And
Was he alive or dead?
Professional good guy.
He was alive when I talked to him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, he was a professional good guy. Exactly. He was great.
You want to guess, is he dead or alive now?
I would say Wink Martindale is alive, and I think he's 87 years old.
God, he's 88.
Wow.
He's alive. And what was his show?
Wow, good for you.
Wink Martindale was, with that big smile of his, for the bonus points,
Yeah.
I would say
You already got the 2 points.
Tic-tac-toe.
tic-tac-toe, of
Yeah.
course.
Now, if you could, Ben, look up the commercial Wink from Canada Dry, because I want to. Now that I've said Wink Martindale out loud,
Yep.
I want to sing that jingle to show you guys that I know this commercial by heart from age 8, and it's a commercial. It's a video, so we're gonna have to hear the audio.
That's usually how it works.
Ben is suddenly slow typing.
This one?
Yeah.
The black and white?
Okay, ready? Wink of a sassy one from Canada Dry. Ready? Here we go. Sassy one from Canada Dry. Wink, the sassy one from Canada Dry. Wink has grapefruit sparkle, man, it's really hip. Wink is so refreshing. Take a sip and you'll flip for Wink. All right, get this out of here. This isn't it.
There's Wink Martindale.
He's dead. No, he's alive. I mean, so we have 2 more. Okay, what's the score?
We're tied 4-4.
Oh God, this is going to get good. Is it Ben's turn?
Yeah.
It's my turn. How come we only have 2 more? That's
I don't know.
But,
Monty Hall.
Monty Hall's dead.
Monty, pick me.
How old was he when he died?
75.
86.
86. Damn.
2017. And what was his show? Monty Hall.
Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal. Oh, you missed a point there. You could have, should have, would have.
All right.
And here's the final one. Bert Convy.
Bert Convy. One of the stars of the Love Boat. From
You
time
can
to time.
lose, you can tie, you can win. All options on the table.
Bert Convy.
Bert Convy.
There he was with his, I think he's still alive. He wore that tuxedo. And the name of the show was The Bert Convy Show.
He is alive.
Oh.
No, Bert Convy?
Yeah.
No, dead.
You said I was
I lied. He died a week before his 58th birthday.
Wow. You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And
And his show
was The Dating Game.
Tattletales and Win, Lose, or Draw. Was his
I
other
remember
show.
Win, Lose, or Draw.
He was also a really bad guest on The Tonight Show. Bad singer, mediocre talent, kind of like.
He was on the Love Boat a lot.
Now, let me ask you a question.
I won.
You did?
I won 5-4.
Oh, Ben.
All right,
All right, let's see if
Bring
we
a chance to
Smitty
get
a
her
chance-
live.
Smitty a chance to
Digest.
tie it. Bob Barker is alive. How old is he?
Ooh. And is he spayed or neutered?
Bob. You know what I'd seen in was it
His
Happy Gilmore?
girlfriend is.
Was it Happy Gilmore?
Yes.
How old is he?
You
get one guess. One guess only.
The price is wrong, bitch.
I'll bet it's. I bet he's 95 years old.
I was going to say 94.
97.
He's a good man.
Well, thanks for your participation. I thought that was a fun contest. You guys showed that you're not completely stupid or on drugs.
That was very good.
What was Groucho's game show?
You bet
You bet your life. You say the cigarette word, and the bird comes down.
Yeah. I love watching those old shows, man. He's just so smooth.
Oh, he was so funny.
I don't know, Groucho. What is it? Well,
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. All right, we're going to finish with our musical talents part of the show because we always do that. And we bring in Joe and Jerry, and they're going to do a song. I don't even know what the song is this week. They're going to pick the song and do it for you. Probably a rock tune. By the Greg Kid Band, Mike. It's called a breakup song, dude. Broken up for good just an hour before. Now I'm staring at the bodies as they dance across the floor. Then the band slowed down. The music gets you down. It was the same old song, Joe, with a melancholy sound. Shots! They don't write them like that anymore. They just don't write them like that anymore. The bastards. They've been living together for a million years, and oh, she was old. But now it feels so strange out in the atmospheres. And then the jukebox plays a song I used to know. The doctor said, staring at the bodies, they're dancing so slow. They don't write them like that anymore. Damn it. Just don't write them like that anymore. It's a shame, true. It's really a shame they don't write better songs these days. Like these fucking rap songs. I don't understand a goddamn thing they're saying, true. Now I wind up staring at an empty glass. It's so easy to say you'll forget your past. What was I saying? They don't write them like that anymore. Been over this. They just don't write them like that anymore. Sucks. They don't write them like that anymore. Bunch of douchebags. This is silly, Joe.
They just don't write them like that, Troop. No, they don't. No. They don't write them like that anymore. They don't write them at all. Fuckers.